Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and welcome to our 2017 NFL season preview for the Chicago Bears. Now here's a look at what we have on tap for this preview. We will take a look at both sides of the ball in our offensive and defensive overview. We will also give you a reason for optimism as well as a cause for concern. And we will give you a breakout candidate who is an underrated player that'll end up playing a huge role this season. But first, let's take a look at some of the big storylines heading into the season as we get things kicked off in our 4-minute offense. The most important position on a football team just so happens to be where the biggest storyline lies for the Chicago Bears this season. In free agency, the Bears signed Mike Glennon to be the starting quarterback, but in the 2017 NFL Draft, they traded up one spot to select North Carolina's Mitchell Trubisky. Now, the plan is to sit the number 2 overall pick for the full season while Glennon handles the offense. But after the first preseason game, that talk may have to be reevaluated. The goal for any team is to put the best 11 players out there on the field, and if your rookie quarterback is better than your veteran, then you have to play the rookie. No one gets better by sitting on the bench, so we'll see if Glennon accepts the challenge, raises his level of play, and holds the rookie off, or will Trubisky make it obvious that he should be out there as a rookie starter. GM Ryan Pace took some heat on draft night with the trade up for Mitchell Trubisky, and rightfully so in my opinion, but also for his selection of small college prospects. See, that's where I disagree with the critics. I love the fact that Pace chose talent over the prestige of a school, and early returns looks to be he was right in those decisions. Guys like Tarik Cohen, Adam Shaheen, Jordan Morgan are outstanding players that will see significant time as rookies. We are all waiting for wide receiver Kevin White to be fully healthy so that he can realize the immense potential he showed in college at West Virginia. White is entering his 3rd season in the Windy City, and many wonder if he will ever be that guy in this offense. Word is that he hears the questions and concerns and is out to prove that he is indeed the deep threat playmaking wideout that had him selected in the first round of the 2015 NFL Draft. John Fox is entering his 3rd season in Chicago and has compiled a 9-23 record so far. I like John Fox, and I think he's an excellent coach. Now, the Bears fans in front office would like to see that impact on the win-loss record change in a positive way. I don't believe the Bears were as bad as their 3-13 record indicated last season, but it'll be hard to defend Fox if they get off to a poor start to the 2017 campaign. Right now, everyone's record is at 0-0, and every fan is excited about the 2017 season, and every coach feels as though that this year's team has the right mix of everything to push them over the top. Well, here's why you should be optimistic about the 2017 season. The Bears have one of the best offensive lines in the division, in my opinion. Last year, you saw them really move defenders off the ball in the running game and were solid in pass protection. They are led by Kyle Long and got great play last season from young players like Cody Whitehair out of Kansas State and Charles Leno Jr. The group returns healthy and intact, so you can understand the optimism there. You can also see why many are optimistic about their defense, especially within the front 7. Leonard Floyd played in 12 games last season as a rookie and showed why the Bears made the move to grab him in the first round. Defensive lineman Akeem Hicks was a big-time addition last season and gives the Bears a strong player up front. Chicago also gets back Danny Trevathan at inside linebacker to team up with last year's 4th-round pick Nick Witkowski, and the potential is there, but the health remains a major question. And because the offensive line is really good, the Bears enjoy success on the ground. Jordan Howard finished 2nd in the league in rushing last year, averaging a healthy 5.2 yards per carry. The Bears added a player, in my opinion, that gives them more potential for rushing touchdowns in the explosive Tarik Cohen out of North Carolina A&T. Now, the Bears also should be able to control the game with their rushing attack, which should help their quarterback, whoever it may be, play efficient football. Speaking of the quarterback position, that's where you have the biggest cause for concern. Not necessarily because of talent, but because of the potential indecisiveness within the organization. You have a highly drafted rookie, a highly compensated free agent signee, a coach that may be on the hot seat, and a GM that will want to prove and justify that he made the right choice in selecting that quarterback number 2 overall. To me, that's a recipe for disaster if Glennon or Trubisky goes through a rough stretch during the season. They have to be on the same page no matter what, or this could derail any chances for success this year. Also, the cornerback position is a slight question mark in my opinion. We still don't know what will happen with Kyle Fuller, and there are some question marks about the depth at the position because guys like Jonathan Banks and Prince Amukamara, who are talented, but they have injury concerns. I think the Bears are better at safety than they are at corner right now, and they need to hope that those younger guys step up and help strengthen the unit. Every year, there's a player on the team that enters the season on the bubble. Maybe he's buried on the depth chart or he's an afterthought, but they end up playing a big role on the team by the season's end. So without further ado, here's my pick for the offensive and defensive breakout candidate. An obvious breakout candidate on offense is running back Tarik Cohen. Already, he's the most explosive player on that side of the ball. With his ability to score from anywhere on the field, I find it hard to see him not be on the field constantly. In my opinion, he's the better running back out of the two that are on this roster, and Jordan Howard and himself. And the more times you hand him the ball, the more that opinion becomes evident. Bears fans are definitely in for a treat with number 29 on their squad. I'm a big fan of Crevion LeBlanc's game. This is a guy that has great matchup and ball skills. He also showed above average technique and made plays consistently last season as he was thrust into action. Look for him to become a household name by season's end for Chicago. All right, it's prediction time. So here's how I think the 2017 season will play out. The road to the Super Bowl for the Bears goes as follows. Number one, the passing game becomes an asset and helps balance out the offense. We know Chicago can run the football and will run the football this season. If they can be efficient in the passing game, this offense could be hard to stop. And their run defense definitely has to improve. With all the talent that they have within their front seven, they have to get better at stopping the run. The Bears last year were 24th in the league in stopping the run. That can't happen this season if they want to have some success. And the defense turns the ball over. That's the other part of the defense that has to improve. They have to find a better way of creating interceptions, forcing fumbles, recovering fumbles. If they can turn the ball over and giving the ball back to an offense that can control the clock and can run the football, I think the Bears can find themselves in the playoffs and definitely making some noise. And I have the Bears finishing 4th in the NFC North. Again, this team is not as bad as their record indicated. They have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. I just think they have to find a consistent play at quarterback, and defensively they have to get better as far as turning the ball over and stopping the run. If they can do those things, they can move up these standings. But right now, initially, with the question marks at quarterback on who's going to play and how well they're going to play, I have them finishing 4th in a very tough and competitive NFC North. So that's a wrap for this video. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts as you see listed. And if you want to check out our NFL season previews, as you already should, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/2017 NFL previews. And then finally, don't forget to subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan Podcast, where you can find all of our NFL shows, like the Football Cypher, where we will go more in depth with the 2017 Chicago Bears. To find that podcast and our other podcasts, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/podcast or our SoundCloud page at soundcloud.com/FBGP podcast.